Hello guys, you're welcome back to Matty Reports. Look, I don't know why society is so obsessed with trying to box people in and tell them who they can or cannot love, or whose household they belong in. The same critics who claim they care about family values, unity, and protecting children are often the exact same ones who lose their minds when they see a white child being raised with love, safety, and open arms in a black home. If you're really about love and family, why does the color of a parent's skin bother you so much? Why look at a beautiful, supportive family dynamic and immediately try to poke holes in it, question its legitimacy, or act shocked that love doesn't care about a color palette? It's the ultimate contradiction. You say you want children to thrive, yet you bring your narrow minded drama straight to the doorsteps of families that are doing exactly that. Make it make sense. In this video, we're seeing clip after clip of white individuals, whether they were adopted, grew up in foster care, or are biracial and inherited a lighter skin tone, who are finally breaking their silence. They are no longer shrinking away from their identities, no longer biting their tongues when people question their roots, and no longer playing the role of quiet observers while the world misunderstands their upbringings. And let me tell you, it is glorious. It feels like poetic justice after years of dealing with ignorant stares, invasive questions, and outright disrespect from people who can't comprehend a diverse family tree. These individuals are standing firm, defending their peace, their actual lived experiences, and their right to claim the black moms and dads who gave them everything when the rest of the world looked away, their growing spines, building backbones, and refusing to bend to society's rigid expectations. We see it in these deeply personal reflections, whether it's a young man checking a stranger in a red truck for asking a racist question about his family, a former foster kid shutting down the stereotype that black households are too loud by asking if anyone would listen if they weren't, or adults proudly displaying their family photos to silence the doubters. These individuals are done being polite doormats just to make outside observers comfortable with their own biases. This isn't about being combative, it's about self-respect. It's about refusing to let their family bonds be erased, profiled, or invalidated without consequence. And watching the narrative shift as these unfiltered truth bombs drop, chef's kiss, the sheer clarity of their testimonies is palpable.
Okay, Jonathan, I would love for you to tell me the story that you told me earlier today, because what you said, your response was so eloquently said, and like the world needs to hear this. Go ahead.
Okay, so one day.
Remember, you got 3 minutes, so.
Alright, so one day I was walking down the street with Davina, and then this man in his red truck, he literally said, "Yo, what you doing with that white boy?" And I said, excuse me, sir. Technically, if I live in a black family, I'm black. And also, you cannot judge someone by their color, because that's the way they look, and they don't want to change it. Neither can you. So do not
Yeah,
judge anyone.
do not judge anyone. So what's basically what you want the world to know?
Do not judge anyone by their color.
That's right.
Or be, well, you know the word, to other people.
Exactly.
Racist.
That's right.
And if you do, there will be bad consequences for you in life, and then you won't feel bad for the people that you were mean to.
Okay. Well said. Very proud of you, young man.
Thank you.
I'm a white child and I have a black mama.
I love her very much. They're like, why are you different colors from your mom?
Are both legally the children of Francis Mark. Congratulations. You want to be adopted by Miss Mark today?
Some of the people that we were with were not nice.
They hurt us in ways that we shouldn't touched and hurt, and it was really hard.
After the last return, they had been traumatized so much, I was like, that's it. That's it. They're going to be mine now.
You want me to help you?
We were never cared for in the right way. Cared for us and let us know that we were special to her.
Yes, they are all officially mine.
I am half black. My biological father is African American. I'm gonna break it down for you because I know what you're thinking. This girl is insane. There's no way. She has green eyes, very light skin, and blonde hair. Like, there's no way. Growing up as a kid, I always got, "That's your stepdad, you must be adopted." This video is honestly for educational purposes to just let you know, like, people can look like me and be mixed. So let me break it down and show you my parents. Alrighty, here is me and my dad. This is my dad, his name is Lance. Here's another photo, it's kind of blurry, but yes, he raised me my entire life from when I came out the womb. Here is another photo of us when I was younger. And this is my mom, so I definitely took after, like, her skin tone, her hair. I'm looking like a weird ass little baby in this pic, but this is my mom, again. Here is her when she was in her teenage years. So yeah, those are my parents. My dad actually had a paternity test after I was born. Not because he thought my mom was cheating, but just to make sure, because I did come out looking super fair, which is absolutely hilarious, honestly. One day somebody asked him, they were like, how does your baby have blonde hair? That is not your kid. And my dad just made a joke. He was like, oh, yeah, I used to have blonde hair when I was a kid too. Like, serves you right for asking a dumb question. I will say that when people see my dad and me next to each other, we do have a lot of similarities in our face. We have the same eyes, not eye color, but there's a photo of us, I can't find it, but there's a photo of us where our eyes are literally the exact same when we smile. Like the shape of them, one of our eyes gets smaller and one's bigger. And then I'm also very lean and tall and thin, and that is his exact body type and build as well. I did not get like my body type from my mom at all. So yeah, I just wanted to share this because it's just been something growing up that people just always thought I was lying, and I'm like, why would I lie about that? Like, that's just weird, you know?
Hello. So as a white kid that grew up in black foster homes, I always heard this one sentence, and you've probably heard it too, but also in just society alone, that some people, just some, say that black people are too loud. And I just have one question, just one. Would you hear them if they're regular volume? Would you?
I saw that you were raised by a black woman, is that correct?
Most of my homes and group homes were black. Like, I can't say, like, I know I'm white. At the end of the day, I'm white. You see my color, all that. But white people didn't like me. It was really weird. Like, most of the homes that accepted me was black. Mm-hmm. And I never understood why. I was just like, okay, cool. I never really cared. As long as I was somewhere where there's love. Love has no color. So that woman took me in, and I literally owe her my whole world. Like, I'm gonna give her everything. Like, she took me in when nobody else did. You know, so.
My mom's black. So.
Oh, your mom's black?
My mom's black, and so. Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, my dad's white, and I just have like very pale. My two sisters look very mixed. So I've always really loved black guys. I never waited to do like interracial or like other girls in the industry. They'll wait, and I don't know if it's like this, but they'll wait even years. I never did. I did it from the
So that's beginning. So interesting because they act like your scenes are like interracial scenes.
They just advertise it as that. Yeah. Marketing. Well, yeah. I mean, when it came out that my mom was black, they were like, "What? They're so racist. They're so racist."
Yo, porn is so racist.
It's insane. She has, it's really, yeah. And they were taking photos of my sister and things, and they were like, "See, full sister." But I do really, that's my favorite type, would be a black guy.
I am white, and I was born into a white family with a racist white father who hated black people and used the N-word in his everyday vocabulary. My oldest brother, who ended up sexually assaulting me when I was 17 years old, his username on his laptop, or his password to his laptop, used to be DTAF, which was death to all FAGS. Every single person in my family supports Trump actively and loudly. And even after being through all that, I am still smart enough and have my own head on my shoulders and can use my brain and do my own research to determine that all of those things are bad. I was raised to believe they weren't, and as I grew up, I realized that they in fact are. It doesn't matter what your family thinks or believes or who you come from, the world of opportunity at your hands.
So today was day 2 of my son at high school for the first time at a public school. He is one of the few white kids at the school. Most of the kids are black, and that's totally fine, and we love it. And so one of the things today that happened was on the way home from an appointment, I asked him, like, what is it like being like one of the only white kids, and like in some of the classes where you're like literally the only one, like what does that feel like? I was like, does it like bother you at all? And he was confused as to why I was asking. He was like, should I feel weird? And I said, there's no should or shouldn't. It's just is what it is. You feel how you feel about it. But being the only anything in any situation can be hard. You know, there can be things that you have to adapt to, and that can be hard, and that's fine. I was just wondering what your experience had been like so far. And he was like, fine, I feel fine. Like, everything's great. I love school. And he has friends that he's eating lunch with, and he's got kids that he's texting, and like already day 2, like no one's ever been as accepting as he has seemed to be at the school he's at now. Like, we've been in other groups of things, and he gets made fun of and called fat, and it's not cool. And that hasn't happened. The exact opposite has happened. And yeah, I'm so happy. I want to add on to the end here that I am fully aware that this is not the experience that black kids have when they go into white spaces in schools. Like, I understand that, like, what my son is experiencing is not what his black peers would experience if the situation was reversed, and it makes me really sad. And we did have a conversation about that, and I hate it.
I'm the biracial daughter of a white man who hated my mom for being black. My father was an absent father, but when he was around, him and my mother were always arguing, and every argument that they had ended in some kind of racial battle. He weaponized her race a lot, saying he was the only white man she was going to get, that he saved her, he gave her a life of luxury and beautiful children, and a massive list of derogatory names. That was the only exposure I had to their relationship. It wasn't very loving, so I did not grow up in an interracial household where love and integration was fostered. It was more so that the white person was saving the minority group. And this era of racial and financial supremacy didn't just extend to my mother, it also extended to us as children. So it fed into this idea that if I married outside of my race, that race I was marrying into was 1, superior to my own, but also 2, I would have to abandon my culture and my heritage for the other race. In addition to this feeling that another race was going to somehow save me, or that a man was going to have to save me. So you spend your time looking for that person who's going to save you.
My mom used to walk me to school every day. Again, my mother is a black woman and I'm light-skinned. When we get to the school and my mom kissed me goodbye, the kids started teasing me. And it was happening often, and the kids were saying, that is not your mommy. You're white and she's explicit, and she's black. And now I'm from England, okay? And so coming to this country, I was still, young enough that I remember more of England than America at the time. And I didn't understand what that meant because I'd never paid attention to the fact that my mother was darker skinned than I was. She was just my mom. I didn't notice. So I felt uncomfortable and I felt embarrassed. I didn't know why they were saying that. And so here I am, 3rd grade. I go home to my mom and I say to her, Mom, I don't want you to take me to school anymore. And she says to me, well, why? And I said, well, because I'm embarrassed because you're black and I'm white. And my mother wept and she cried and she told me I was ashamed of her. And how could you say something like that?
Imagine the psychological toll of constantly navigating a world that looks at you and your parent and demands an explanation before you even say hello. Yet here we are, watching these men and women refuse to internalize that skepticism. They're flipping the script with wit, with facts, with raw courage. One clip after another shows the emotional labor of explaining one's own existence finally being set down. This is liberation in action, demanding respect right here, right now. And the skeptics? They're losing their minds because the old playbook of casual exclusion no longer works. These families are no longer easy targets, and that truth is shaking foundations built on superficial divisions. This shift represents something deeper, a collective realization that identity and belonging aren't begged for, they're asserted. In neighborhoods, schools, and online spaces across the country, these honest voices are rising louder, clearer, and more united than ever. It's inspiring a new generation to stand tall, to embrace their whole story, to protect their loved ones, and to reject the idea that fitting into a neat little box is required for survival. Poetic justice indeed. After enduring so much skepticism, watching the old prejudices squirm when met with equal, unapologetic energy feels like the universe correcting course. So yes, more of this please. More backbone, more boundary setting, more unfiltered truth-telling. The discomfort some feel isn't the problem, it's the symptom of a long overdue reckoning. True love and family unity have always been here. Now they are refusing to dim themselves for anyone's comfort. This video and the wave of similar moments spreading online prove that change isn't coming. It's already here, and it's unstoppable. What do you think? Have you seen family dynamics like this break down barriers in real life? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe for more unfiltered takes. We'll catch you in the next one. Stay strong, stay aware, and keep pushing back against the nonsense.